Welcome. Did you hear the amazing news? Of course you did. The world's aflutter. Happy tidings from across the pond. Archibald Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Okay, it's not Archibald, but it was inspired by some great somebody or other of Princess Diana who was an Archibald. But in fact, it's Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, the first child of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So yay, young Sussex is here at last. So what do the stars have to say about this new royal boy? Now here's the crazy part. Because he's so far down the line now from Queen Elizabeth being a great grandson, he is a member of the royal family, but he is not considered a royal. Isn't that weird? So he does not have an HRH, which I guess would make his monogramming a little bit easier. Can you imagine all the monogramming going on with all these names that they have? It would be HRHAHMW. Anyway, he doesn't have to worry about that. There is no HRH, but he is a member of the royal family all the same, and he's gonna have an amazing life. I took a peek at the stars. He was born on May the 6th, which was Monday, of course, at 5:26 a.m. And I'm not 100% sure of the location. I'm assuming it was Windsor. It was definitely England, so it's going to be the same either way. And this is looking at his Vedic astrology chart, which is a little bit different than his Western chart, and shifts all the signs by 24 degrees, making him a double Aries. So his rising sign and his sun sign are in the sign of Aries. Now, what I love about that, and what I love about the fact that he was born at sunset, is the sun is the royal influence in astrology, right? It's the king of the solar system. And all royals, whether they have HRHs or not, are usually, if they're in a strong monarchy and in a powerful position who's going to get a lot of attention and have a lot of authority, they have these gorgeous suns in their charts. And when you're born at noon, midnight, or sunrise, then the sun is taking center stage in the chart. And so young Archie has the sun taking center stage within 2 degrees of his rising sign. So he is a solar royal being, and he is going to light up every room he enters, which I'm sure he's already doing, because the sun will be very pronounced and prominent in his personality. And astrologically, what this means is he'll have confidence, he'll have swagger, he'll be masculine, and the sun happens to be in its most powerful sign, the sign of Aries, where it's considered exalted. So already at birth, he's a little powerhouse. And I love what Prince William said upon news of the birth. I love how he welcomed Meghan and Harry into the no sleeping society because I do think little Archie is going to be a ball of energy, and I do think he's going to never create a dull moment. I think there's always going to be a lot going on around this child, and I think it's going to be definitely likely to cause Meghan and Harry to lose sleep. And here's why. So as an Aries with the rising sign and the sun in the sign of Aries, OG and Uranus, OG and Mercury, Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars makes people dynamic, high energy, athletic, again, masculine, proactive, positive, motivated, driven. Well, he also has Mars with the moon in the sign of Taurus. The moon is also in its very favorite sign, its most powerful sign. Now, this is a really big deal, people. Young Archie was born the day the sun was exalted and the day the moon was exalted. Now, that happens 2 days a year together, but technically there's only one of those days, the day with which the moon is closest to its point of exaltation, and that is such a big deal. And it happened to be the day Archie was born. It's such a big deal because the sun and the moon, what are they? They're great lights in the sky. The sun astrologically indicates a person's health and confidence and sense of self, sense of mission in the world. The moon indicates their emotional capacity, their ability to relate to others. And the sun, interestingly, indicates the father, and the moon, the mother. So if I didn't know anything about this person, I would say, wow, this is going to be a very talented, very powerful person with very special parents. I could not make this up. Now in India, it's considered such a big deal when the sun is in its favorite, most powerful sign, and the moon is in its favorite, most powerful sign, that one day of the year that it's at its height, which happened to be Monday, there are festivals all over India in celebration of the sun and the moon, and in celebration of the fact that their energies are as powerful as possible on that day. So young Archie is born on a very auspicious, powerful day. Very, very cool. But he's going to be exhausting because he's never going to tire of energy, and he's never going to tire of wanting new experiences. And he's going to be extremely bright, extremely talented. He will not suffer fools gladly. And I don't think he's going to be super compliant. I think he's going to do what he feels is best and right. And that is a fabulous quality in an adult and a very challenging quality in a child. So I agree with Prince William. Good luck, Meghan and Harry, getting any rest from now on. But there's more. Hold on. I too love tea, just like the British and just like the people of India, where they got it. Okay, so what else can I tell you? Well, blue bloods always have tremendous wealth in their charts, and young Archie is no different. I had to laugh when I first did his chart. I've had a lot of blue blood clients. They're always very lovely, and they're always very rich, and they always have the same thing, and young Archie has this. They always have these glorious 8th houses. The 8th house in the chart is the house of unearned wealth, inheritance. All of this kid's wealth is unearned and inherited, and he's already, I'm sure, a gajillionaire just by virtue of the fact that he's a member of the royal family, right? Not only that, the thing that gives the Midas touch is when somebody has a combination of Jupiter and Mars. So he has Jupiter in a Mars sign. He has Mars and Jupiter exactly opposite in the sky at the same degree, activating each other. And what makes it even stronger is his Jupiter is retrograde. So what that tells me is that he can actually make his own money. He doesn't have to just rely on inherited wealth. He can also generate. So, and he's going to want to. This is going to be a very active, ambitious, inspired person who's going to want to do something in the world besides just, oh, I don't know, sit around and drink tea, right? He's going to want to make his mark. Now, he also has a beautiful 12th house, which is gorgeous, because what does the royal family do? They spend money. They're known for their sexual scandals and they do charity work. That is all what the 12th house is about. Now, it's also spiritual practices, to be fair, but he has exalted Venus in the 12th house. Now, if you've been paying attention, you've heard he has an exalted sun sign, an exalted moon sign, and an exalted Venus. That's 3 exalted planets. There's only one sign for each, you know, of the planets or the sun and the moon where they are exalted. So to have 3 of these is no small thing. So again, when a planet is exalted, it makes a person have all the blessings and talents and gifts of that influence. Venus is the arts, but it's also charm. And I think, just like his father, and let's be honest, his mother, I think Archie is going to be quite effective in the area of romance. I think having exalted Venus means women are going to go crazy for him. And I think having the moon in Taurus, he'll be very romantic. And I think being sun in Aries and Mars with the moon, he's going to have endless swagger. So I think we're going to see a lot of fun in this boy's future. And I think Harry's going to have to laugh because I think he's going to be quite the chip off the old block. Now, the one thing concerning me is his chart has K2, which is an eclipse point, also known as the south node of the moon, and Saturn in the ninth house. Now, the ninth house is father figures, the government, let's see, it's foreign countries. When K2 and Saturn, which are both separating factors, are in the ninth house, there's often difficulty with father figures or the government. There's often a breaking away. So I have to say, looking at this, I'm a little like, ooh, is something gonna happen with Meghan and Harry? Are they gonna perhaps not stay together forever? Because if I didn't know better, if I was looking at this chart not knowing whose chart it was, I would say, oh, this person may be raised separately from their father. Now, I certainly hope that's not the case. Meghan and Harry have beautiful compatibility in many, many ways. And, you know, my one concern when they did marry and I looked at their charts was they're both more, you know, likely to have incredible passion and a lot of adventure and excitement in love, more than like lasting forever stability in love. So we shall see. But Mars with the moon, he's also going to give his mother a run for her money too. So, you know, Mars moon people usually argue with their mothers. The mother is the moon and Mars is the god of war, right? Fighting. But again, having an exalted sun and an exalted moon, the parents would be exceptional and would be very special and a source of blessings too. So like all of us, he's going to have, I think, some conflicting feelings about his parents. So long on charm, blessed and wealthy, a lady killer or a man killer, we'll see what happens, or both, right? Potentially, though I'm not really seeing the indicators of that. I think he's likely to be a lady killer. I think he's going to lead a very exciting life. I think in spite of how Prince George, his royal cousin, who's in the direct line of the throne, much closer, clearly, and more likely to be a future king, I think this is a very powerful kid who's always going to attract the limelight and will never just be, you know, oh, that secondary royal. I think if the rumors are true that William and Kate don't love that Meghan and Harry are getting so much attention, I don't think Archie is helping things. I think he's also always going to get a ton of attention and have a very fascinating, exciting, dynamic life. So I think we're all likely to be fascinated and intrigued from now on, and it will be a lot of fun watching this beautiful child grow up. I'm thrilled. He's the first, you know, biracial royal, and he's definitely going to be charming, brilliant, active, and exciting, and he's going to sell a lot of magazines. So pip pip cheerio, hip hip hooray for Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, and thank you so much for joining me.